What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. Finally, we've been waiting for this for a long time. I feel like this is something that should have already been out by now, but we're finally getting confirmation of this. 6+ Katakuri is arriving. Now, as for the date that it's arriving, unfortunately, we do have to wait yet another week. This will be debuting on the 8th of April at 1900 PST time, and that is going to be the super evolution of Mr. Slam Jam himself, Katakuri. For those of you who don't know, Katakuri is one of my favorite characters in all of One Piece, really, and his super evolution is extremely good. In this video today, we're going to go ahead and talk about him, but first of all, you can see right there that he does require specific skulls. So if we go ahead and head over to Extra Island, there is going to be a quest where you have to go ahead and complete it. There are multiple different difficulties. You've got a 30, a 40, and a 50 stamina difficulty. Typically, the higher the difficulty, the higher the chance you are at getting the drops, because it's not a guaranteed drop for these skulls. So you do have to farm at a reasonable amount. Along the way here, you can actually drop skill books for the Katakuri characters as well. So you've got Colosseum Katakuri, the 6+ Katakuri for version 1, and also V2 Katakuri skill books, which is pretty cool. You can drop some cotton candies, and I really hate that they do that, because you can actually get the potions for Limit Break. Now, potions for Limit Break is kind of cool, but the final boss can actually drop a rainbow chest, and the rainbow chest is either a skull or it's a potion, and it's extremely annoying when you get a potion. But yes, this is going to be here, and of course, when this drops, I will be bringing you guys a breakdown of this island. It will be here for about a week it should be out for, so you got plenty of time to farm it up. Even if you don't have Katakuri, farm this island. I cannot stress it enough. There are so many times where a Skull Island leaves, and it does take a little bit for it to return, and people will always complain. They're like, I pulled this character, I don't have his skulls. Always farm the skulls, they're stackable, so you can stack them in your character box. You should be doing that. So, look, I don't think you'll have to wait that long for it to go into the unlockable missions, but it's better to be safe than sorry, right? Make sure to have those skulls ready, so that when you eventually pull the character, you can go ahead and super evolve him straight away. But what does he actually do? I think that's going to be the main thing that a lot of people are wondering right now, so let's go ahead and talk about this guy. So, this guy does change a little bit, and I would highly suggest having 2 copies of this character. One for the strength version, and one for the incoming int variation of the super evolved version of Katakuri. So let's go ahead and talk about it. This guy right here is now an int character, as I just said. He's an int character transforming from his previous strength version, and now his classes have also changed. Previously, he was a shooter cerebral, and now he is a striker powerhouse. Striker powerhouse, I think a lot of people realize those classes right there. Legend Kaido is also a striker powerhouse, so there's already a really nice combination that you can have with those 2 characters as your captains. So let's go ahead and talk about his abilities. Now, his stats right there are his level 1 stats, of course, so we cannot see his max stats, but they are slightly higher than his original version. His captain ability, let's go ahead and talk about it. So he will go ahead and do a very similar thing to his version 1 counterpart, but there are some little differences here. So he's going to boost Slasher, Striker, Driven, Cerebral, and Powerhouse characters' attack by 1.95 times, and that means that if a character has 2 of those classes, Slasher, Striker, Driven, Cerebral, Powerhouse, then you're going to go ahead and get a 3.8 times boost when they have both of those classes on the 1 unit. So it's extremely strong, because previously with version 1 Katakuri, it was only a 1.825 times boost for each class that was on the list there, which means it equated to a 3.3 multiplier. So going up by 0.5 is a big deal, considering what his effects are. So on top of the attack boost, he also will go ahead and make Strength, Psi, Recovery, and Tandem slots beneficial. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, but this is actually really nice that they didn't change the orbs that he made matching, because he now becomes an int character, meaning that he gets like an additional matching orb for free, just naturally, because previously he was a strength unit, and he already treats strength as matching on a strength unit, right? So that was kind of a wasted orb, but now he's an int character, he gets more matching orbs for himself, which is great. And also because he is int, it means he has no type disadvantage as well, which is also a pretty big benefit to the character. He'll also go ahead and reduce damage taken by 20%, so a passive 20% damage reduction is humongous. And then he has a chance to delay the enemies depending on how much damage you deal during that quest, or during that specific turn, right? So if you go ahead and deal 100,000 damage, it's a 20% chance to delay all enemies. 500,000 is a 50% chance. If you do 1 million damage, you'll go ahead and get a 100% chance to delay all the enemies. And if you deal 2 million damage, you'll delay through the debuff protection, which is humongous, and that's typically what you want to be aiming for. So to sum it up, Striker, Slasher, Driven, Cerebral, and Powerhouse characters are the characters you want to be using with this guy. 4 of the 7 natural orbs are beneficial, 20% damage reduction, and depending on how much damage you deal, you can delay the enemies. Very solid captain ability. I love this guy so much. He is a very, very interesting playstyle. Nothing like you've ever used in One Piece Treasure Cruise, that's for sure. And people who have used VV1 Katakuri would understand that. He has a completely different playstyle to a lot of the other legends in the game, and it's why he's one of my favorites as well. So his special ability, I believe, to my knowledge, he actually does not receive any special cooldown, which is fine because his special abilities started off at a 10-turn max cooldown with his regular version, so he's still really good. But it will go ahead and deal or add 100 times his attack in non-type damage on top of your tap timing bonuses. So he gives you 100 times tap timing bonus is huge because what it means is by adding that additional tap timing bonus, it means that just by hitting your perfects, and you know, if you have a few matching orbs, which we'll get to in a second, you're going to be able to hit that 2 million threshold every single time you use his special, which is very good. So on top of dealing the tap timing bonus, he changes block orbs into matching orbs, and also makes your Slasher, Striker, Driven, Cerebral, and Powerhouse characters' type slots have matching slot effects for 2 turns. So 2 turns of beneficial orb enable is huge because you can use that to carry it through to multiple, different stages. You can get around enemy preemptive attacks that give you negative orb enable, and of course he makes type slots beneficial to those characters, and as a captain, he already makes recovery in tandem beneficial. So when you use his special, you get tap timing bonus, you get rid of block orbs, and you get a full border matching orbs. Already very, very good. And then he has an added effect. So during that turn you use his special, if you hit 3 perfects, in the following turn after that, he's going to give you a 2 times conditional boost against delayed enemies. So of course that works perfect with the way that he is built, because you'll use the special, you'll get the delay, in the following turn you'll get the 2 times attack boost against delayed enemies. So he is like a perfectly structured character. They've fixed him in so many different ways. He's going to reach his damage potential much easier now, much easier for him to reach that 2 million damage. So you get the guaranteed delay, which means that the enemies won't be hitting you. And it's easy to get his 2 times conditional boost, which actually was buffed because his previous version was a 1.75 times conditional boost, but it was for 2 turns. So yeah, I think this is a humongous buff to the character, and I'm really, really looking forward to using him. We can't see his crewmate abilities, but they obviously haven't changed. What is his crit again? 90% chance for 10% extra is so good. 7 turns reduction is good for that, and then yeah, 7% dex damage reduction. Legitimately cannot wait for this guy to drop. He is amazing, and when he drops, I'll definitely be doing lots and lots of videos with this guy because he's so much fun. Now, before we end this video, I want to actually talk about a brand new Sugo Fest that's going to be arriving as well that came with this data download. So it comes with a brand new Tony Chopper. You can see that the actual logo for the Sugo Fest is a Kizuna Clash Sugo Fest, because we have actually seen in the character log they've added a new Kizuna unit, which we were expecting was going to be coming, which is the Kizuna Clash Sabo. The Halloween Sabo is coming, and this new chopper is an interesting unit for that upcoming Kizuna Clash, because this chopper actually will boost the amount of tickets that you get if he is on your team, which is something that we've never seen on One Piece Treasure Cruise Global for our Kizuna. Another thing is as well, is I believe during the current Kizuna where he will debut, he's actually super effective against all types, and I think he might have a buffed captain ability as well. I don't remember exactly what the effects are, but I'm sure once we get the official information, we'll know exactly what's happening. And also something that we can see here as well, if I go to the evolution screen once again for Katakuri, you can see that there is a boost, and it says his stats are boosted by 2 times, and he gets 15 turns of cooldown reduction, which would mean that this guy's going to be boosted during the Kizuna Clash against Sabo. So I'm not really too sure if this debuts the same day as Sabo, or we'll have to wait. I think it would make a lot of sense, because I think people were saying that the Treasure Map Sugo Fest should be starting around the 13th or the 15th of April, so it kind of falls in line. We should be getting the Kizuna Clash information within the coming days or so, so definitely look forward to that. And of course, if we do get massive information about that, I will bring you guys a video about it. But that's about it. That's all the information that I really wanted to bring to you guys, mainly just talking about this guy, because this is definitely one of the most anticipated Super Evolutions in One Piece Treasure Cruise history. I'd say it's probably the most anticipated Super Evolution in One Piece Treasure Cruise history, and he's awesome. He just does a lot of damage. His kit works very well. Very, very fun unit to play with. One thing that we haven't seen, though, is that there is no guaranteed Katakuri 6+ Sugo Fest, because when this character debuted on JP, there was actually a Sugo Fest to debut along with him, where if you did, I think it was 5 multis, you could get the Super Evolved Katakuri guaranteed. That has not arrived here, but I think Global has had it maybe once or twice now. We've had a Sugo Fest where you can do 3 or 5 or 6 multis, whatever it was, and get your hands on V1 Katakuri. So they're not doing it this time around. I think it is a little strange. We'll have to wait and see, of course, but dude, I cannot wait. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about V1 Katakuri 6+ coming to the game. I know many of you guys in the comment section were looking forward to it. So now we have to wait until April 8th at 1900 PST. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today, and if you guys did, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.